Hello, and welcome to Discover Engineering. Today we are going to learn a little about engineering and walk through the design engineering process. When you think of an engineer, what is the first thing that pops into your head? Go ahead and take a few seconds to think about this. Did any of these people pop into your head? An astronaut, a CEO, people from the Big Bang Theory, a programmer who sits at their desk all day? Or how about a group of nerds? All of these are correct, and I can add one more to the list of people. Me. My name is Skylar Wetzel, and I'm an electrical engineer. I recently graduated from the University of Iowa with my engineering degree in 2018. While in college, I got the opportunity to study abroad in Australia for a semester. As you can see in my pictures, I did some pretty crazy stuff while I was over there. I'm not sure I will be able to skydive again, but it was definitely worth the experience. During my summers off from college, I interned at a few companies. The first one was ESCO Group. While I was there, I designed control system layouts. If you've ever wondered how all the big machines work in a manufacturing facility, that is what ESCO Group does. They design and lay out the brains behind the equipment and how they operate. The next summer internship I took was with Schneider Electric. I started working in one of their manufacturing engineering divisions. My job was to improve the efficiency of robots by 10%. This job was exciting because I got to be out on the floor working with others to learn and understand how these robots worked. The following summer, I continued with another internship in Schneider Electric, but this time I moved to one of their design engineering centers. I worked on systems engineering tasks. When a customer had a problem, I would get to work with them to understand the issue and determine a solution for them. When I finished my engineering degree, Schneider Electric hired me full-time into their hardware electronic group to design circuit breakers. This is my job today. I get to help design the guts of those circuit breakers. I design the circuit boards, lay it out on a prototype tool, solder all the parts on those boards, and test them. I continue doing that process over and over until the design passes all of those tests. If you don't know what a circuit breaker is, ask your parents. Usually in your basement, there's a gray panel. Inside that panel are a bunch of circuit breakers. The purpose of those breakers are to protect the wiring in your house from starting any fires. So now you'll know what that little gray panel does in your house. Today we're going to be doing an activity over Rube Goldberg's ideas. So a little bit about who Rube Goldberg is. He was an engineer and inventor in the 1800s who created cartoons that showed a simple act being performed in a complicated way. And he actually ended up winning a Pulitzer Prize award for his cartoons. So as you can see in the image below, he's trying to wipe his face with a napkin, but he is doing it in a very complicated way with a bunch of different equipment. So that's what we're going to do today. You're going to grab a bunch of different items around your house and you're going to use that same process to build a tower. If you have a few minutes, I encourage you to pause this video and go watch a music video called This Too Shall Pass by OK Go. Their whole music video is shot using a Rube Goldberg machine. When you're becoming a design engineer, you usually have to work within 3 different constraints. That first constraint is time to market, and that's, can I beat my competitors to the market with the design? Will the market like what I have? The second one is cost. You usually have a budget that you have to stick to and can't exceed. And the third one is functionality. Does your design work the way that you planned it to? So for you guys, when you're building your towers, your time to market, you have a specific time range that you will have to work within. So your first 2 minutes you will spend on designing and brainstorming ideas of how you want to make your tower. The second part is building. You'll have 10 minutes to build your towers. You'll stop, you'll measure your tower, record it, see if you can make a better improvement, and then the last 5 minutes you'll make modifications, and then you'll do your final test. In your costs, you are constrained to finding 12 random items in your house. For the functionality, you must build the tallest structure that does not fall over, and you cannot touch the structure when you're measuring it. For this activity, your first step is to go find 12 random items in your house. These can be any items that you want. That's the exciting part that kind of makes it into a Rube Goldberg project. The second part is to find friends and families that will be willing to compete against you. So you can find people in your house, or if you have friends you want to video chat with to see if you can do the challenge together, go ahead and do that. If you have people in the same house as you, I challenge you to work in teams, and that's always exciting too. The third part is to then set up a timer to go through this design process. So like I said, 2 minutes for the design and brainstorming, no building yet, and then the next 10 minutes you'll spend building your project. You'll stop your designs and your building, and you'll measure it and see how high you are. And then the fourth step is to rebuild any modifications, try and do a better job, fix things, and build for another 5 minutes. And then step 5 is your final test to see who wins the competition. So once you're done with this, please come back because we're going to talk about some lessons learned. And I'm going to do this challenge with you as well. Go ahead and build now. Make sure to press pause in this video. Time's up. How did you do? On the right is the picture of my tower. Very exciting. So some lessons learned from this project. If you worked by yourself in the challenge, what were some of the things you learned? Did you learn that taking time to brainstorm was worth the time and worth the opportunity to stop and think about what different options you had? Did you learn that building multiple prototypes is good and that your first prototype is usually not the winning prototype you'll end up with? Did you learn that getting creative is fun and that trying different ideas is good, that there's no such thing as a bad idea? If you worked in a team, did you learn that communication is key? Stopping and listening while other people are talking and valuing other people's ideas and opinions in the design is usually one of the best things you can do. Working together generally creates better results. And when you break up tasks and work together as a team, everything gets quickly built quicker. Thank you for joining in and becoming an engineer for the day. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope to see you soon as an engineer yourself.